What a game by the lads. Might have lost, but it was a very, very harsh defeat. And gave it everything over the 90 minutes. And Dan, of course, putting you guys in the lead. But how do you sum the game up yourself?
Well, we gave it 110%. We played good passing. We defended well. We gave 100%. It's just that Ballina were just that much better.
And the effort from the lads, you said 110%. Ballina, of course, being a Super League team. But you have to say, I've seen Super League teams given weaker displays than what you've given today against Ballina. So I think you have to really applaud yourselves for that display. The supporters were delighted with your efforts, and I'm sure that will help you going further and give you a bit of a confidence boost.
Yeah, 100%. We should be proud of ourselves because it's a Super League team and we're second division. And the A team played them and they were 3-0 down at half time, so there is positives to look at.
And going forward, and where would you like to see yourself developing within the club?
Just train with the lads, just play when I can, always be happy, and just play all the time.
Play all the time. And would you like to one day get on the first team and play at that level, Super League?
Oh yeah, obviously. That's what everyone's been building up for. You go C, B, A, or whatever. And the main goal is obviously a senior team.
And today was your second start with this team. You've played quite a few games with the development team already this season, and okay, it's been a tough season for them, but they did get a couple of nice results en route too, a couple of wins and a couple of famous draws, so you'd be happy enough with some aspects of their season too, wouldn't you?
Yeah, totally agree.
Many thanks for talking.
Cheers.
What a game against Ballina Town. 3-1, very harsh scoreline, but the lads, to be honest, gave it absolutely everything over those 90 minutes, and the supporters were very appreciative of their efforts at the end. How do you sum it up?
Yeah, that's a good summation, Kenneth. I feel a mixture of incredible pride for the players, with a tinge of disappointment that I think if we had our full squad available to us today, that we could really have pushed on for a win in that game. But my overriding emotion is just incredible pride for the players, and it was fantastic to see the connection between the players and the crowd, because I think there is a genuine Westport-based soccer support or football support in the town, and there was just a great connection there today. And I think the connection was made because of the effort, the absolute 100% effort that every single player put into that game, and I was just so proud of them, and played quality football against a quality team and frustrated Ballina, and rarely ever kicked the ball away too long. Sometimes we did, but mostly we tried to find a pass, and some of our passing through the middle of the pitch was just superb. We only had 11 players. Owen Large came with us just in case we had an injury, but we only had 11 players available to us, and with those 11 players, Dan O'Malley was in bed sick all day yesterday and wanted to come off at half time and said he'd give it another few minutes, so he played the entire second half almost getting sick on the pitch. Again, a superhuman effort, typical of Dan, his love for the club and his love for football. So that's a bit of a monologue, Kenneth, but my overriding emotion, my absolutely overriding emotion is just so pride for those players.
And I'm sure there's lads out there that has probably put themselves on the window of possible promotion into the first team squad after that display today.
Oh, every single one of them. Look at young Mickey who played right full. What an outstanding game. Every one of them. Killian McGing. Killian has been so good for the last few games for us, and he seems to be pushing on now. Owen Conway, I'm at the risk now of naming every single one of them, but yes, so many of them played so well. And do you know what's brilliant, Kenneth? Is they all stood up to the big occasion. We asked them before the game to put themselves in the Premier or into the Super League mindset of hard work, closing down quickly, playing accurate, smart football, and staying in the game for the full 90 minutes. And every single one of them stood up to that test. I thought it was superb. Now what we have to do is we have to maintain that. To maintain that right to the end of the season. That's the standard.
And I know you're just down to the bare bones today, but on the same token, watching that display, I've seen Super League teams putting in not quite as good a performance as what I've seen out of those lads today.
Yeah, well, it was a cup game and they had nothing to lose. And sometimes when you have 11 and only 11, it galvanises the team. And everybody knows they're not coming off. And we said to them before the game, don't worry about tiredness. Tiredness is only a state of mind. It's not an injury. You played through your tiredness. It was absolutely fantastic.
And after this result today, whatever about the scoreline, the performance, which was the important thing, looking forward to the next game after this, the lads will certainly be buzzing. Forget about the result.
Yeah.
They'll certainly be buzzing. And if they repeat this level of performances, I think they'll finish out the season pretty strongly.
They should, and don't forget, I mean, we see behind us there now that they're going to celebrate the 1974 team, so we'll need to wrap it up, Ken. But it shouldn't be forgotten that these lads are in training with the Super League players all the time. So they're used to this standard and they're used to competing. And now at our training sessions, you know, you don't notice the difference between a Super League player and a Premier League player. They're on a par. But just so proud of them, Kenneth.
It's been a proud day for the club, and let's just enjoy the 50th anniversary celebrations with the veterans who lost only one game that season out of 25, won 21 games, drew 3 and lost only 1, scored 101 goals, conceded 36. That particular generation was a magnificent bunch of players, and let's celebrate their heroics of 50 years ago.
Yeah, Sean McLaughlin was my very first manager. The very first game I went to, I watched Michael McLaughlin play and score a winner against Castlebar Celtic. He was my childhood hero. But they're all in there and they should be celebrated. Sean isn't, but RIP. But they were all my heroes when I was growing up, and they should be celebrated.
Absolutely. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Ken.